Welcome back. Tata Tea's Jagur campaign returns with an innovative AI-powered initiative aimed at combating climate change. Launched on the World Environment Day, the Har Green Action Se Farak Padega campaign encourages individuals to adopt small, sustainable habits in their daily lives. Utilizing Google's Gemini AI, the campaign's WhatsApp tool on jagore.com uses image recognition to track actions like using public transport, on conserving water, providing instant feedback on their environmental impact, and so on and so forth. We are catching up with Puneet Das, President of Packaged Beverages at Tata Consumer Products, on this and the evolution of Jagur initiative. Listen in. This campaign has been around for, I think, a couple of decades, if I'm not mistaken, 2 decades since Jagur was started. So tell us more, how do you look at the evolution of Jagur over the past many years? And till now, when you're speaking about climate change and over the years, how do you decide on what cause do you want to align with or associate with?
I think that's a very good question. So I think Jagur started around 2007. And this whole thing about, turning this functional benefit that a tea offers about, which is to wake you up, to a literal saying of, the tea that awakens you. And that is what has made Tata Tea Jagur so relevant over the years, is because the teams have picked up social causes which have been very relevant to that particular time, and have taken up these causes and have helped to unlock the power of the individual, collective individual. So there was started off with the voting campaign that, voting is your right, to many memorable campaign over the years. And I think the attempt of every team and the endeavor is to make to pick up causes which are very relevant and to make a sincere attempt to move the needle in terms of the cause that we're taking up. So for example, even on this one, like I said, we are leveraging the power of technology. We are actually introducing an AI-powered WhatsApp tool on jagore.com, which uses Google's Cloud Gemini AI to actually analyze photos of real-life green actions that people can take and show them that, this is actually what you can sort of make a difference. And when people get that sense that, okay, I'm actually making a difference, that's where, you sort of encourage these habits and they become part of everyday actions for people. So and that's why I think Tata Tea Jagur has remained relevant, is because it takes up the defining cause of that time and does something at a fundamental level to ensure that, we are able to make a difference.
Yeah, Puneet, brands today want to associate with a purpose. There needs to be a purpose, and purpose has become very critical, to set yourself apart, to set your business apart in today's world. But having a purpose and then associating yourself with so many causes over the past many years. So it literally has boiled down to purpose versus a cause for you guys. So how do you stay true to the purpose? What is the purpose that you have?
So I think, first of all, Tata Tea Jagur came up on this platform much before the words brand and purpose were ever used. In fact, people used to earlier think these are CSR activities. And now brand purpose is almost, one can say, is an expectation, especially from today's consumers, because they want to, associate with brands that believe that that believe in the same values like them, and which is about making a difference. Like I said, this is not about purpose for the sake of being purposeful. It is rooted in the fundamental category or brand purpose, which is about awakening. And that's why I started by saying that, if the tea that wakes you up, to a tea that awakens you. And I think that is the beauty of this Tata Tea Jagur. It's so rooted in the brand, and at the same time, because it's under the Tata Tea umbrella, obviously the expectations are also there, and it's aligns to the values that we sort of all believe in Tata Consumer Products as well as the overall group.
Yeah, Puneet, my next question to you is, it's no longer about a simple cup of tea, drinking a simple cup of tea. Either we are speaking about climate change or, your right to vote, or, some other brands are speaking about diversity.
Yeah.
So what do consumers really want? Do they really care about all of these, the kind of conversations that these tea brands are driving at all? Tell us more.
So, it's not an either or. I think both have to happen. Consumers, especially I can talk about food and beverages, are looking for variety of experiences. They want the best products. They want it at very competitive price points in the, in the channels that they are sort of used to. So consumers are looking for that. But at the same time, they also want, brands to express themselves and to align with the values of today's consumer and take up or talk about causes which they believe in fundamentally. So, which is why, earlier, one could see that, it was some brands were attempting to do an either or. For us, it's not that. It is both. So while we do have, say, a Tata Tea Premium talking about a hyper-local campaign, a Tata Tea Gold talking about inspiring stories of today's women, Tata Tea Agni talking about to the rural homemaker, in their individual communication. The Tata Tea Jagur as an overall platform addresses the what do you call the brand purpose at an overall level, and mostly is again very digital centric to the kind of audience that is also relates to it, and hence they both sort of run parallelly in that.
And how do you gauge the impact of such a cost-driven campaign like, the Tata Tea Jagur? What is the kind of impact on the brand? What is the kind of impact on the sales that you have seen as a brand custodian?
So we have in fact measured it over the years, and what campaigns like this, what it's helped us to do is give that leadership stature to the overall portfolio. So it doesn't matter what your market share is, but to the consumer, it gives you that persona. It helps you relate to them at a much deeper level, drive emotional and meaningful connections, which is what at the end marketing is about. It's about strengthening the memory structures, ensuring that when consumers are out there seeking products in your category, you are there at the top of the mind. And that's what campaigns like Tata Tea Jagur managed to do. They have a great rub-off effect on all the Tata Tea brands and strengthen apart from, strengthening the brand purpose credentials, it does, give them this sort of an aura or a leadership, sort of rub-off, which helps us win in the marketplace eventually.
And Puneet, finally, before we go, give us an insight on the category. How is India drinking tea today?
There's been an inflationary environment. We are going to get into the new season, so we'll see how that turns out. And hence the past 6 months has really been about, how do you manage the overall consumption growth story while, sort of managing to manage the inflationary cost and sort of pass it on to consumers in a way that they also don't get impacted too much. And I think if you go by our Q3 performance and the results have been out there, we have managed to sort of outpace, some of the competition. And we have been able to do that because we are sort of driving both premiumization, which is one end of the category, at the same time managing to ensure that we have got very competitive and very relevant offerings at the mass or at the bottom of the pyramid. So whether it's being at the right SKU, at the right price point, expanding our physical reach on our brands like Tata Tea Agni and Tata Tea Elaichi, at the same time driving growths in our brands like Tata Tea Gold, Tata Tea Premium, which play at the premium mass and the premium end of the market. So it's about ensuring that you are relevant to all sides of consumers who are feeling this kind of sort of a budget pressure in the inflationary environment by being at the right SKU, right price points, and ensuring that we are competitive in the market.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you, Shivani. Pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our action on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.